consider first learning the programming language, then later on you can do its frameworks. What do I mean by this? I remember there was a framework, it was called PhoneGap. And when it came out, it gave us this promise of you only needed to know HTML and a little JavaScript. And with that, you're able to build applications that were cross-platform. And personally I found it very revolutionary, and partly because I did not want to spend a lot of time learning the specification given by the manufacturer. At that time, it was Android was using Java, iOS was using Objective C, and I felt like if I can build apps with one language that is able to deploy in both platforms, I'm saving time and it's easy. But with time, I started noticing things like reliability, especially on Android. As you have seen, or as you can see, Android has a multiplicity of devices and OMEs. You have Samsung, you have HTC, you have Oppo, you have Huawei, you have all these devices, and uh, that presents a challenge, and the challenge could be in things like cameras, in things like the location services, in things like accessing files on the system. And I remember trying to fix those issues, and it was so prevalent on Android as opposed to iOS. Uh, iOS only had the iPhone, iPad, so the devices were limited. But increasingly, I started getting pushed towards uh, the programming language as specified by the manufacturer. And at first, of course, human psychology is that we always want to do what is easy. And it was when I came and did the languages, I started understanding why I even felt so bad that I'd wasted a lot of time with these frameworks, while I should have just started building using the languages as specified by the manufacturer. Um, you'll notice that frameworks are, you just take your time, pick a time horizon like 5 years and see the number of frameworks which have been built, those which have survived, and what that means for you. Um, you you know I see arguments even earlier today on Twitter, somebody saying that, oh, look at the framework that I'm using, it is stateful, mine is better than yours. And don't fall to such. I don't find those useful. As long as you understand the language, all these things will come to you. Frameworks are just but abstractions of the fundamentals. You can look at frameworks as a way of doing things as specified by a group of people who not necessarily were the ones who came up with that language. So, for instance, you have Python. Python is the language, and then now you have Flask, and then you have Django. Those are like the frameworks of Python. Anyone who has done Python would find Flask or Django, they will understand it. But imagine if you start doing Python with Django, it might be a bit challenging if you were to move across. So I think it's always important to start from the base as you come up. Uh, Starting from, in terms of hierarchy, starting from a very high level is over time, you'll see why that gets complicated. Asanteni sana.